Om Shanti, and a happy Diwali to all my brothers and sisters around the world. This is a festival that is deeply meaningful. It carries universal appeal because the spiritual significance of Diwali is actually the spiritual victory of light over darkness, over good over evil, and of knowledge over ignorance. And of course, traditionally, when Diwali is celebrated in India, it carries with it mythical stories, and different types of Diwalis have different stories attached to them. And most notably, the story that is remembered the most is the story of a king called Rama, who was sent into exile, and he returned back. He lost his wife to an enemy. He conquered the enemy, reclaimed his wife, and returned back to his kingdom. And that was a symbol of victory of good over evil. And the celebration they had on his return was the festival of light, the triumph of light over evil. And so there's a number of different mythical stories and folklore that you can explore yourselves on Diwali. But I think at this time and at this moment in the world, there is nothing more important than turning up the light. When things get dark, we don't just sit in the dark and complain, well, it's dark. We look for light. And I think that very effort of looking for light allows us to open the door to opportunities and see opportunities for growth and for change at this time. And one of the first things that's so important on a spiritual journey is to create an atmosphere. When we spend time creating a beautiful atmosphere in our homes, that atmosphere carries with it a very elevated vibration that's like a magnetic attraction. That vibration serves far and wide. And so what does it mean to make our homes into temples? To make our homes have an atmosphere of purity, of peace, and of God's love. One of the things in the fight over evil and badness is the trappings of our egos, our limited egos that can divide us, polarize us, separate us, put us against each other, make us believe that we are single individual entities in this universe, lonely islands. And our egos make us forget how interconnected we are. As a human being, I am a being in a human form, a being of energy, a being of living light. And as I change my perspective to see myself as light, then I start to understand that this world is not just full of 7 billion humans, but 7 billion lights. And if I keep my light ignited, then I can ignite the light of another. And in turn, each light continues to ignite another light, and we can light up this world. But it does start with me. And so, as I reflect and step into a space of peace during this time of Diwali, and I realize that my light is much stronger than the darkness. Yes, clouds may come, but they come and they go. The sun is always shining somewhere. And so as I choose and make a decision to stay light, no matter what, that's my commitment to remaining a living Deepak at this time of Diwali. And as I become aware that I am interconnected, I step into a space of deep humility and acknowledge that there are powers that are bigger than me at work. One is the power of the drama, the sequence of events that are propelling us towards a massive change. And the other is the power of the Supreme, God's light and God's healing power. And at this time of Diwali, to stay illuminated, I have to take my light from somewhere. And so what will it take for me to draw God's light into my life? God's light is very merciful, forgiving, healing. It's also truthful, and it's available to us when we switch our consciousness from being humans to beings. That as a being, I belong to a supreme being. I'm a child of a supreme soul, an ocean of light, an ocean of peace, and an ocean of love. No matter what my journey has been, I am accepted for what I am. And so let's take these next few moments to open our hearts and mind to God's healing power, and let that light work in our hearts to finish the darkness of the past, of negativity, and to raise and elevate our vibrations to peace, purity, and love. And so wherever you may be sitting, just take a few moments, sit upright, breathe, and let yourself become fully present in this moment now. Become aware of your body, your feet on the ground, the chair you're sitting in. Become aware of your breathing. And just start to feel the energy that you are inside. A living being that gives life, Brahma, to this body. Your seat is behind these eyes. You are a living Deepak, a living light, sitting in the temple of this body. And you are a child of the Supreme Light. Visualize yourself and the Supreme as two living Deepaks. And visualize a lift. These living Deepaks enter the lift. And on the buttons, you see a floor for your heart. Press the button for the heart. And let this lift descend into your heart. And as the lift goes down, arrives into your heart, the doors open, and these two living Deepaks come out and illuminate the heart. You are comforted in the presence of God's light. You are not alone as you face what you hold in your heart. And as you let God's light shine on any past painful memories, you let everything in your heart dissolve into light and become light. Until your heart is only you and God. Your light and God's light are one. Om Shanti. Enjoy Diwali and spread light.
आइए इस दिवाली संस्कार परिवर्तन का उत्सव मनाएं।